again, and to be very honest, the credit goes to the President of the Republic of the Gambia. So we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect him, protect Gambia, to protect the government of the Gambia and the people of the Gambia, and to make Gambia always one of the most peaceful and the best country on earth.
Happy Eid to you also.
Thank you very much. To you too.
Okay.
Wow.
Now we continue, Doctor. Now Ramadan is over.
Yeah.
What next?
Life continues. Ramadan is over, but life continues. Islam is different probably for many systems in the sense that you know, there's this ayah which emphasizes on the importance of steadfastness. You understand why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the power of reasoning, power of perception, that is to enable us understand the realities on the ground. And one of the most important realities on the ground is that here is a way of life which is everlasting, which is comprehensive, which is meant for all people of all generations. And every generation of Islam, when they come, they find their own solutions, or solutions to their own problems from within the Holy Quran. Ramadan is one of the pillars of Islam. It's one of the most important seasons. But it's not only Islam. Islam is a way of life, and that is why we always say that it's not only religion. It's a way of life. Religion is part of our life. There are other activities also we do on our daily basis, which are not necessarily religion, but you cannot divulge or separate them from religion in the sense that religion is occupying the center stage.
The nucleus.
Yes, nucleus, and it provides us guidance. Like if you were to look at it as an edifice, as a structure, as an edifice, the heart of the system is where you find Sharia, the religious teachings. It gives us you know, directions and guidelines. But there are so many other activities that we do. And the Muslim, once you are a Muslim, the fact of being a Muslim must be reflected in everything that you do in your lifetime.
Especially now, what happens now is that in the wake up to the Ramadan, and inside the Ramadan, people adopt a lifestyle. You know, those takama, are done here, new colors are bought, playing mass are bought, people start practicing Islam as it should be. Now Ramadan...
Misunderstanding Abu Bakr, misunderstanding of Islam. Whatever Islam, how do you call it, commands, remains intact unless otherwise, you know, provided by Islamic law itself. Whatever Islam prohibits, it remains intact unless otherwise relaxed or you know, permitted by Islam. So Muslims have to understand that when it comes to the moral values, when it comes to our religious activities, when it comes to everything, every good deed that we do or we are supposed to do in this lifetime, there's no difference between Ramadan, before Ramadan, shortly before, during and after Ramadan. In
short, you are saying we should continue with how we were.
The only change is the only change that has happened is now eating during daytime is not prohibited anymore. From now to 12 months or 11 months to come, you are free to eat any time of the day and any time of the night, unless otherwise, of course, advised by a physician. That is the only thing. During the month of Ramadan, we were restricted from certain halal things, that you cannot eat during daytime, and you cannot have sexual intercourse during daytime from dawn to dusk. But now Ramadan is over. This is the only area where the restriction has been lifted. But apart from this, for eating, drinking, and then having lawful sex any time of the day, apart from this, life continues. Everything remains the same. What was haram yesterday continues to be haram today. What was mandatory yesterday continues to be mandatory today. What was recommendable yesterday continues to be recommendable today. What was makruh continues to be makruh today. So you know, there's no change. So if, let's for instance, stealing or backbiting or adultery or fornication or neglect of duty or responsibility, these are, you know, evils of society. They are strictly prohibited by Islam, whether we are in the Ramadan, shortly before Ramadan, and after Ramadan, and during Ramadan. So you understand the way that you, when it comes to you know, being so responsible to, particularly when it comes to the performance of the daily obligatory prayers, prayer on time, to be punctual, to be regular, to make sure you perform prayer, to give zakat, you know, to be truthful, to be honest. the principles and the rules remain the same.
Okay, Doctor. What is your take on the comment of some scholars that the acceptance of one's Ramadan is to a large extent based on the continuity of the deeds he has been doing in Ramadan?
Yeah, I understand what they are saying. In other words, if there's any indicator, let's assume that there's an indicator telling us whether our Ramadan has been accepted or not. If there's any indicator, it would be the type of behavior, the mode of behavior that one puts up after Ramadan. You know what?
More or less you graduate from the school.
Yes, it's very, very important. And during the month, it was during the Laylatul Qadr that when we had the speeches on the State House ground, Ustaz Ibrahim Jeju said something which was very important. It was a very important comment that he made, and people normally don't take care of those aspects of it. You know, there's this concept of Shaitan is, jailed, confined and jailed and sent to Jahannam until after Ramadan. But you have Shaitan al-Ins and Shaitan al-Jinn. Sometimes the Shaitan is in the human beings themselves. Those of us who restrain themselves from doing evils and bad things during Ramadan, in order for them to know whether they are Shaitan or they are not Shaitan, it will depend on what the mode of behavior they put after Ramadan. If at the end of Ramadan they continue to be good, they continue to restrain themselves to keep away from doing evils, then for them Ramadan was a very good lesson for them, because they have learned to change their behavior from Ramadan. But if immediately after Ramadan they go back to evil, those are among the shaitans who were restrained during the month of Ramadan. So in other words, the concept of restraining shaitan does not only mean physical restraint or physical confinement. Sometimes the human being himself follows the same pattern, in the sense that he's restrained by God, or he's being confined in the month of Ramadan, in the sense that during Ramadan he is fine, but immediately after Ramadan he goes back to evil. Then he's just like evil. So therefore I agree with them that the mode of behavior that you put up immediately after Ramadan is the indicator, or in fact the most precise indicator as to whether your deeds, your good deeds, your fastings and all the good deeds were accepted by Allah or not accepted by Allah. Okay. Because there's no point going back to evil immediately after Ramadan. Okay. Going back to evil immediately after Ramadan means losing everything. Okay. You understand?
Now, Doctor.
Consistency is very important for Muslims. And you know, there's this concept of zuhr or zakhira. The good deeds that we are doing in this world, that the Muslim or the pious people are doing in this world, all the good deeds are being saved for them by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the hereafter. And nothing will touch the good deeds, nothing will spoil them except when you contradict them in this world. Like today you are good, tomorrow you are bad. Today you do halal thing, tomorrow you do haram thing. So this fluctuation between the two parts, bad, the evil part and the good part, is a very confusing process, and eventually it makes the person lose everything. You understand? Okay. That's the consequences. God forbid.
Okay. Doctor, Ramadan is finished.
Yeah.
The month we are is Shawwal.
Yeah.
Now, we made to understand from the hadith of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says, man sama Ramadana summa ba'ahu bi-sittin min Shawwal, فكأنما شهر الدهر
صام الدهر كله.
صام الدهر كله كما ثبت رسول الله. And anyone who fasts the holy month of Ramadan and follows it with 6 days in the Shawwal, what is the significance? What importance does it have?
It is very important,
and why do we even have to do that?
No, I mean, Abu Bakr, remember one thing. Ramadan is special for various reasons. Ramadan is unique for various reasons. And one of the reasons why Ramadan is unique is the how to call it, the method of rewarding. Without Ramadan, the formula is very simple. Man ja'a bil hasanati falahu ashru amthaliha. It's 1 by 10. Whatever one good deed is multiplied by 10. That is the normal method or formula. But when Ramadan comes, this changes and it multiplies to unknown figures. It can run into millions. And that is why Ramadan is hectic. And people who understand, that is why those that understand very well, when Ramadan comes, they make themselves absolutely busy. They are on every front in order to maximize their rewards, to maximize their gains. So as a way of maximizing the gains, and then also the